Disclaimer: I love both the Yu-Gi-Oh card game and Yu-Gi-Oh Master Duel. This is an honest pros versus con video and is not intended to come from a hateful place. Thank you very much and enjoy the video. What's going on, guys? PlotArmorCards in the house, and today I'm here because I wanted to take a look at the pros and cons of spending your time and money in Yu-Gi-Oh Master Duel versus the pros and cons of spending your money for actual cards. And before we get started, if you guys like what you see, please like, comment, and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram at PlotArmorCards. And you guys, we're at 16 subs. I honestly didn't think I'd even make it this far. But thank you so much for your support. I'm going to keep bringing you videos almost every day, hopefully every day. And with that being said, let's get started, my friends. So firstly, I want to present this little problem. I call it a little problem because it's easily rectified. And technically, there's two problems. So firstly, the problem that I have is with Yu-Gi-Oh Master Duel, and it's the fact that not every single card that we have in real life is available in this game as of yet. I know this is going to change, and that's why it's a minor problem. And secondly is the fact that the ban list in this game is so much different from what it is in real life. I know this is probably because we have to duel with people, or we get to duel rather, with people across the world, and people across the world have different ban lists, so that's their way of rectifying that, because it wouldn't really make sense, right? But I feel like this is something they need to figure out a little bit more. Next is something I absolutely love about this game, and that I find to be a slight problem when it comes to the actual Yu-Gi-Oh game, is that I can just go straight into duel, and I can find anybody. This could be a ranked duel, or this just can be a regular casual duel with friends, or any random stranger across the earth. But the point is that when I want to duel, if I'm in the mood to duel, I will always have someone at the tip of my fingers ready to duel because that person is excited to duel too. But in real life, I need somebody to be around that can duel. And a lot of times that isn't the case. So next, one thing that's good in this game is that you can get a lot of free cards at first. You can do that by any of these missions here. If you complete any of them, you are guaranteed to get these gems. And once you get the gems, you can go straight into the shop and use them to buy anything you please. But the gems don't last that long. I noticed in my first week of playing, I was getting lots and lots and lots of gems. And now, even though I'm on Season 2 now, it's starting to dry out. So the problem I'm having now is I'm hooked on the game, right? But I'm not trying to put money into it. But if I don't put money into it, I'm not getting anything out of it anymore. So it was a pro for me at first, but now it's kind of turning into a subscription pay-to-win type model because now I can't get certain decks. And as the meta evolves and new cards are going to be added, I won't be able to get those decks soon, right? So that's now turning into a con. But however, on the flip side is when you're dueling in real life, regardless, you're going to have to pay for the cards, right? So it's kind of a good thing that I got the free cards, the free decks out of the game, and now I can still have a little bit of fun, do my thing. But those decks are kind of going to be obsolete in a couple weeks or a couple months time. Next, one thing I like is certain cards are way cheaper in this game. I mean, like, I got a lot of good cards for free that I would have to pay $20+ for in real life. For example, you go to the bundle deals here. I'd never bought an Ash Blossom in real life just because I never, ever wanted to pay $20+ for a card. Now, obviously, when this card gets cheaper in real life, I'm going to go pick it up for sure. But this card was $750 for the bundle, plus it gives you a bunch of packs to pull with it, which was when you start, you get way more money than that. So I was able to pull this one, and then Lightning Storm and the Solemn Judgment packs. It was really good. However, if you start running out of coins and you start running out of gems and you need to build decks, you have to rely on your CRs. Let's see here. So if I go to generate, see, this is how I would generate your CPs. You use your, I think it's card points. I could be wrong, sorry. But you rely on your CPs, and the problem is, so the normal CPs is pretty easy, right? But if you're trying to build a good deck, a lot of your cards are going to have the ultra rare CPs. You start to realize really, really quickly that you run out of these really, really fast unless you start paying. Which, yeah, if you really wanted to, you can click on pretty much any of these and you could sell. There's an option to dismantle right here. And you could sell it. You can get like a fraction of what you paid to actually get the card in terms of CP back in order to put into other cards. But it's pretty much like GameStop, guys. You're getting a fraction of what you put in. It's not really worth it. Not to mention the money is only valuable in game. So if I have a physical card that I want to sell, let's say I bought it for, obviously it's a rough estimate, but $100. Let's say I put $100 into this card. Now this card has the potential to go down to like 0. It has the potential to go up to maybe 150, 200, 300, however much. It has the potential to stay the same. You know what I mean? But let's say this card is around $80 now. I bought it for 100. I don't want it anymore. So I sold it for 80. I got my fun out of it. I got to play it, and I got my $80 back. And then I can use that $80 not just on cards, but if I have to pay rent, I can use the $80 to pay rent. In this game, you're kind of stuck. You are not going to get anything out of this besides other cards, which is kind of a problem. Not to mention, when it comes to games, I never really trust these type of games because you never know when Konami is going to stop giving it support, right? Obviously, it's a brand new game, not happening anytime soon, but all the time, all the effort you put into it, right? Let's say, God forbid if this ever happens, but let's say this game shuts down, or compare it to Konami itself shutting down production of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, right? So if this game shuts down, everything you've had forever is lost. But if Konami shuts down the production of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, I still have all my decks. Those haven't gone anywhere. Me and my friends can still get together and play. That's not a problem. But this was going to be a problem with everything you've done, worked very, very hard for is missing. With that being said, guys, both Yu-Gi-Oh and Yu-Gi-Oh Master Duel have their pros and their cons. I definitely prefer physical Yu-Gi-Oh cards as opposed to games like this just because of the monetary value I'm able to get back for the cards and just the fact that I have those cards physically in case anything ever goes wrong. Personally, I don't blame anybody for putting money in this game. I don't blame anyone for putting money into the actual card game. Both of these are super fun. Both of these are definitely worth it. If you guys have the money for it, I definitely recommend you check out both of them. But this was a little bit more for someone like me who needs to manage his money a little bit more smartly, right? And make sure that I'm getting the best out of both games. But with that being said, guys, this was PlotArmorCards. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. And oh my goodness, look at the time.
It's time to duel!